action coming your way. 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Herbert Mahut against Kubat and Melo for the right to face Klaassen and Venus. And then Tsitsipas with his eyes on Dominic Thiem and Alexander Zverev. As we welcome you into the Rocket Studio, Steve Weissman alongside Paul Annacone. I just asked you, Paul, you coach Roger, you've been around him for a long time. Where does this rank in terms of poor performances you've seen?
Well, look, I want to make sure that we look at it through the right lens. Tsitsipas did an amazing job. You know, you look at the lack of success at the big moments for Roger, 1 of 12 on the break point executions, and a lot of that was because of what the other man was doing. Tsitsipas played 8 of those points very well. The thing that was a little bit troubling was the lack of clarity in what Roger was trying to do. We saw it early on. He was very indecisive. There was a little bit of a hesitation in his movement. When he's not cutting the court off, getting inside the baseline and taking opponents' time away, he's much more vulnerable. We saw that today. Then the targets got bigger. He wasn't able to thread the needle and hit locations on serves or ground strokes. And again, why? Because Tsitsipas was playing athletic, aggressive tennis, and he believed in himself in big moments. So you got to give the young Greek superstar a big pat on the back.
All right, we start our highlight with the BMW 0 to 60, and it started fast for Roger Federer. Paul, he had a break point in the first game of the match. Did not convert.
I like how you look at it. Started fast, even though he got way down, because he created opportunity.
He did.
Yeah,
12 of them.
What was bad was how he played that break point. Backed up and mishit a ball there. There's one of those indecisive cutting the ball off. That's a routine forehand for Federer. We saw 7 unforced errors the first 2 games, and this is the second overhead that he misses in the first service game. So errors in buckets early on. He started playing better tennis at the end of that first set. From midway through the first set to the end of the first set, I felt like he was playing the better tennis, couldn't break on that 5-3 game. And then again, the first game he served in the second set, 3 unforced errors in a row to get down love 40. So it's very difficult to understand why it happened. But like I said to you in the booth before, as players get older, great players get older, it's not hard for them to play great. It's hard for them to stay great. They can't do it as often, day in, day out. And we're going to see a few more peaks and valleys. And at 38 years of age, Roger's going to have some days like this. Again, you have to figure out why. A lot of it was Tsitsipas, and a lot of it was the lack of clarity for Federer.
3 of 4 on break points for Tsitsipas, 1 of 12 for Federer. I mean, as a layman, you look at that and you're like, that was the difference. Is there more to that?
Well, there's always a why behind the numbers. Anyone that looks at numbers in isolation is kind of driving half blind. You have to figure out why those numbers happen. And for Roger, historically, he's one of these guys that can have patches where he struggles. Finals of the U.S. Open against Novak, I believe it was 2015 at the U.S. Open, he was 3 for 24. So you create opportunities, but why don't they come through? And again, some credit Tsitsipas. The other credit, or the other deficiency for Federer was lack of clarity of what he wanted to do at those big points. I think he played 70% of the big points the wrong way. Play the right way, you're going to be clearer, you're going to be more committed, you're going to be more confident. We don't see it in all-time greats often, just once in a while.
4 matches against Tsitsipas. Roger Federer, 5 of 34. On breakpoint opportunities. So Tsitsipas with his eyes on our second semifinal. It's going to be Dominic Thiem and Alexander Zverev. Zverev, the defending champ here. Everybody talking about, oh, he's having such a bad year, such a down year. He's back into the Final Four with a chance to defend that title.
Yeah, look, he's had a tumultuous year, Zverev. We've seen some peaks and valleys. We saw some second serve issues midsummer throughout the fall, a little bit where he's got a little bit of an issue with the second serve. But Jim Courier said it yesterday. How do you not have issues with your second serve? Well, I believe it was yesterday that he served over 80% first serves. That'll do it. You don't have to hit a lot of second serves. But look, he is one of the best pure ball strikers on tour. These guys have had battles. Team is up in their head-to-head 5-2. On this surface, I think Zverev's got a better chance. But what we've seen from Thiem this week, wins over Federer, wins over Djokovic, I give Thiem the slight edge.
All right, let's see one of those matchups from Thiem and Zverev in the past. They've met 2 times on the hard courts in 2017 Rotterdam. Thiem in the round of 32, dropped the first set against Zverev, but made a big comeback.
Yeah, look, these guys are going to have great rhythm, aggressive baseline points. We're going to see pure ball striking. We're going to see a lot of talent, a lot of opportunity because of weight of shot. Dominic Thiem hits the ball incredibly hard. Zverev has arguably the best or one of the top 2 or 3 two-handers on tour. Can Thiem find his forehand? And can Zverev hit a lot of first serves? Those are 2 big questions.
We will find out the answers coming up later today. For Dominic Thiem, obviously got to another major final this year, second straight at Roland Garros. He's kind of the veteran amongst the youngsters, right? He's 26 years old. You've got the 2 guys, one at 21 who's into the final, Tsitsipas, and Zverev at 22, guys that have been in the next gen and kind of made it to that next level already. Thiem, though, he has the edge over both of these guys. So is he the favorite going forward?
I think he is a little bit. You know, he's really started to come into his own. And I think that this year some new things have happened. Coaching with Nicolas Massou is really, I think, has helped him. I think we're seeing some different dynamics in his game. His scheduling for me is always a little bit of an issue because he plays so many tournaments. Very difficult to be great and play that much. But I think the development in his game and his ability to really fine-tune some of the things around the net and all the little nuances has really grown this year. So I give Thiem a slight edge, and he's got a lot of edge in the experience, right? Because he's an old man. He's an old man.
26.
Compared to the young guys. But look, it's going to be a lot of fun no matter what. And we've talked about it for a long time. When are these next-gen or young guys going to step up? Guess what, gang? They're starting to step up.
This is the, 5th biggest event of the year, right? 1,500 points at stake. The only 3 remaining, 26 and under. Big 3, though. Still 1, 2, 3 in the world.
Don't count those old codgers out yet.
Not until you beat them at the majors. So we'll see. 2020 is going to be a big year if some of those guys can break through. But we still have more tennis to get to tonight. 10 o'clock Eastern. Pacific, 1 o'clock Eastern. Kubat and Melo. Herbert Mahut, who do you have in that one?
Herbert and Mahut, these guys are amazing. They're back together again, and they played dominant tennis. Have not lost a match thus far this week. But buckle up. Brett Haber, Jim Curry will take you through that next singles match, which is going to be a lot of fun. Power versus power.
Well, one is in the books. Stefanos Tsitsipas, 21 years old, born in 1998. Roger Federer made his professional debut that very same year. Tsitsipas said he could have never dreamed he would be here in this moment. Dreams do come true. And the Greek star is into the final in his debut in London. For Paul Annacone, our entire team, I'm Steve Weissman. Thanks for watching the Nitto ATP Finals right here on Tennis Channel.